A user reports their computer displays a blue screen error frequently. What tool should the technician use to analyze the cause or the cause? Event viewer, disk cleanup, task manager, system restore, or the defragmentation tool. So what would be the correct answer for this question? And here, if you would want to do that, you would use event viewer, as event viewer logs systems errors and can provide details about the cause of a blue screen error. A technician is installing a new wireless network in an office and wants to prevent unauthorized access. What is the most effective security measure? Disable SSID broadcasting, enable VP or WPA3 encryption, use MAC address filtering, enable port forwarding, or lower the transmit power. Which would be the correct answer? And here the correct answer is that we would enable WPA3, which is the most secure currently, encryption of our Wi-Fi. So this is Internet Wi-Fi encryption, as WPA3 provides the most secure wireless encryption, protecting against unauthorized access. However, here you should also know that if you are using an older computer, then WPA3 Wi-Fi encryption might not work. So there you would enable, let's say, one version before, which was WPA2 Wi-Fi encryption. So keep this in mind, that this works on all latest computers, but in some older computers the WPA3 encryption still wouldn't work for your Wi-Fi protection. So you would use WPA2, but you would never use WEP or WEP, because that is already outdated Wi-Fi encryption or protection, you can call it however you want. And next question, a technician is troubleshooting a slow running computer and finds that the hard drive is nearly full. So slow running computer and the hard drive is nearly full. What is the best solution? Increase the page file size, upgrade the graphics card, replace the motherboard, delete unnecessary files and programs, disable automatic updates. Which would be the correct answer here? And here the correct answer would be, you might think straight away, if you think about RAM, then you would think about increase the page file size. But you should always, when you are reading a question, pay attention to what question is telling you. It is not telling you for no reason that a technician is troubleshooting a slow running computer and finds out that the hard drive is nearly full. It is telling you here in this question that the hard drive is nearly full. So you straight away eliminate this, increase the page file size, because that would be to do with RAM and to not having enough RAM. Here the correct answer would be to delete unnecessary files and programs, because you should also know as IT person or IT technician, if the hard drive of your computer is nearly full, this makes computer slower, because for operating system in general it is harder to get files from the memory, from long-term memory, which is your hard drive, up to the RAM, so to process it. So always know if your hard drive, even if you check on your computer, if your computer starts running slow, and if you didn't know that, guys, that if your hard drive is nearly full, you might find that your computer is running slowly. So the best solution for that would be to delete unnecessary files and programs to free up space. Actually, I should click it. A nearly full hard drive can slow down a system. Removing unnecessary files frees up space and improves performance. As you can see there, guys. A user cannot access a shared network printer. The printer is online and other users can print without issue. So a user cannot access shared network printer. So printer which is pretty much created. Shared printer means that it has been created for all users to use, but one user for some reason cannot access it, and As the printer is online, as other users can access it without any issues, what should the technician check first in this scenario? For this one user, as other users can use it without problems and that printer is visible online. So, what technician should check first? Verify the user has permission to access the printer, reinstall the printer drivers on all computers, reset the user's computer, move the printer to different network, or restart the router. What would be the correct answer here? And if you understand the question correctly, as always I am telling you before these exams, if you are doing these multiple choice question exams, guys, always from the very first time try to understand the question and what that question is asking you. And if you didn't understand it straight away when you read it once, read it as straight away another time and try to understand the question before you even start reading the answer options. If you will read the question, you will not understand the question, you will read the answer options, you will just make a bigger house in your head and then you will have to go back to the question again, but then at that time your head also stores like short-term memory. It will have also this house, these answer options in your head, so it's easier to understand the question, and when you already start reading answer options, your head will already start searching for the options, and that's why it will be easier for you to answer these multiple choice questions. So understand the question, read the question, and only when you do, approach the answer options. So what would be the correct answer here? And here the correct answer logically would be to verify the user has permission to access the printer, because he might not have permissions to access, because here you can see that all other users are using printer, but he for some reason can not access this shared printer on Wi-Fi. So this would be the correct answer, as if the printer is online and working for others, the issue is likely related to the user's permissions. A technician needs to install an operating system on multiple computers without using physical installation media. So without any physical installation media. What is the best method to accomplish? And by the way, in our times already, we are not using any physical installation media to install operating systems as it is required in this scenario. And if you have been installed any operating system, you should know the answer to this question. So, and what is the best method to accomplish this? Burn an ISO to a DVD. You probably, some of you don't even know what is DVD already. Use an external hard drive, use a network-based installation, manually copy the operating system files to each computer, or enable secure boot in BIOS. And the correct answer would be to use a network-based installation, as that is how we install operating systems right now. We don't have any DVDs anymore. We can do like boot up DVDs or USB. We can create boot USB drives and many other things, but in general all we need is we can use a network-based installation, as network-based installation allow operating systems to be installed remotely, reducing the need for physical media. Actually, you don't need any physical media at all to install or reinstall any operating system nowadays in our computers. A user reports that their laptop is not charging even though it is plugged in. The battery icons displays plugged in, not charging. What is the most likely cause? A virus infection, an overheating CPU, a broken LCD screen, a corrupt user profile, or a faulty power adapter or charging port. And here the correct answer is a faulty power adapter or charging port. If a laptop is plugged in but not charging, the issue is usually with the power adapter, charging port, or battery. A technician needs to upgrade the computer's RAM but is unsure of the maximum capacity supported by the motherboard. What is the best way to find this information? Look at the BIOS startup screen, check the manufacturer's documentation, run a disk cleanup tool, try insert a higher capacity RAM stick, check the device manager. And here the correct answer would be to check the manufacturer's documentation, as motherboard manual or manufacturer's website provides the most accurate information on supported RAM capacity and configurations. And that's what you should also do in a real life. Check the manufacturer's documentation, and you can check manufacturer's documentation on all different parts. Whenever you have a question, try to approach the manufacturer documentation and check whether this or that part is compatible with this or that motherboard, or with this or that other parts of that particular computer system. A user accidentally deleted an important file and emptied the recycle bin. So here is the scenario where we deleted a file which we didn't want to delete, and we also somehow emptied the recycle bin. So we also deleted it from our recycle bin, and the recycle bin, as you know, is the first place where all our deleted files go. What is the best course of action to recover this deleted file? Perform a system restore, run check disk command or tool, use file recovery software, defragment the hard drive, or format the hard drive and reinstall the operating system. And here the correct answer would be to use a file recovery software. That's what you can do to recover files. Like I mentioned, I'm not sure in this video or not, but like I was mentioning earlier on in my videos or in these questions, guys, that you can use file recovery software, and if your file haven't been overwritten, then you can still recover it, as deleted files can sometimes be recovered using specialized recovery tools as long as they haven't been overwritten. A technician needs to configure a new router for a home office. The user wants to ensure that only authorized devices can connect to the network. So only authorized devices can connect to the network. What feature should be enabled? Port forwarding, MAC address filtering, WPA encryption, DMZ, or QoS or quality of service settings. And here the correct answer would be MAC address filtering, as MAC address filtering allows only specified devices to connect to the router, providing an extra layer of security. A user is experiencing frequent application crashes on their Windows computer. The technician checks Event Viewer and finds multiple errors related to the application. What should be the first troubleshooting step? Reinstall the operating system, replace the computer's RAM, disable antivirus software, update the application to the latest version, or to reset the user's profile. And here the logically and correct answer would be to update the application to the latest version, as many application crashes are caused by bugs that have been fixed in newer updates. Updating the application is the first logical step.